Hello and welcome back to Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. This is part 2 and let's continue. So, this is from the last time. We just spoke to Malek. Now we have to go to, what is it? Point. Typing our solution to Pritchard. I have to go with a typhoon to Pritchard.
I think it's disgusting how public opinion has turned on David.
This game is beautiful.
I don't buy for a second he was with Purity first.
What do we have here? Stop worm software and new virus software. Anything else? No ebooks. Nothing to read. An energy bar.
Well, if it isn't Mahatma Gandhi himself, come to honor us all with his life-preserving presence. If this is about the typhoon, I'll get to it in a minute.
Now, Pritchard. I didn't risk my neck to have you lose it in a pile of CPUs and scuzzy adapters.
Well, look at you, using the big words. Don't think just because you hacked through the plant security system so fast that you're an expert on everything computer. There's a reason I can't examine the typhoon yet.
Do tell.
For your information, I am running a diagnostic sweep on our network and router security to find out how Sanders' hacker got a hold of our codes.
I'd have thought the first question to ask is, whose codes were they? Unless you already know.
Stick to kicking down doors and shooting people, Jensen, and stop trying to do my job. I guarantee you we'll get along better that way.
Getting things done. 1,000 experience points. Now we have to go to Salut.
David and you, Darrow? You'll let me on. Bill Gates started job.
I'm telling you, Hugh, he might not have put the gun in Sanders' hand, but it was Taggart's speech to the UN that started all this.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political operator. You know that, David.
So for the sake of appearances, I have to look him in the eye and let him bullshit me?
With a smile. Always with a smile. We'll talk later.
To see me?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I've had better days.
Well, when we're done here, check him at Dr. Markovic at the Limb Clinic downtown. Get her to get a checkup.
If you insist. Listen, about Sanders?
Yeah, about Sanders. What the hell were you thinking? Letting him slip away like that? I sent you in there to take care of things.
And I did. The typhoon is safe. Sanders didn't know about it. He didn't even know his hacker was augmented. He's not the mastermind behind this, boss.
So you cut him a break? The man broke into my facility and took hostages, Adam. I thought you were ready for this.
I am. Today's attack was just a shell game, being run by somebody else. I intend to find out who and why, so that it never happens to anybody again.
Good, because so do I. That hacker in Sanders' group, you're sure he was augmented?
I pulled his cables out myself.
Yeah, well, the police are saying he's not, and they're refusing to let me see the body, no matter how much money I threaten to pull from their retirement fund.
Maybe someone else is offering more. So what do you want me to do, boss?
We have to get a look at the corpse. You still got friends on the force. You think one of them will let you into the morgue?
Depends who I run into.
Get over to the station and find a way inside. Because if that hacker was augmented, his neural hub might tell us who he was. Contact me when you've gotten a hold of it.
You got it.
One praxis point. Something to read here? As I see, there's nothing to read. Newspaper. Nashira returns in triumph. 4 million downloads. Nashima Akim, the fully augmented Nigerian pop star, swept the Planet Music Awards tonight in Los Angeles, winning 6 categories. Her latest album, Yoruba, about her struggle with discrimination, poverty, and more recently, augmentation, has captured the hearts of fans worldwide. After Akim spoke about difficulties of living with enhancements, as a woman of color living with augmentations is a challenge. You become stronger in every culture, and Neuropathine is so expensive. Thank God I'm blessed enough to be able to afford it. It is a struggle, but it has enabled me to continue doing what I love, performing. Critically injured during a terrorist attack in Lagos in 2025, Akim appeared at the PMAs for the first time in 2 years. Anti-Arab target coming in Mullins Convention Center. Perhaps surprising in a city that has historically supported augmentation, Humanity Front founder Bill Taggart's upcoming presence at the Miscellaneous Convention Center is nearly sold out. The development may reflect the growing wave of support for anti-enhancement groups across the nation. Can't access his computer. Okay, resume. Save. Some technical difficulty. Sorry about that. Resume. Let's see, one praxis point. Visit limb clinic and investigate suicide terrorist. One praxis point. I guess hacking software would be best. So like we now have a secondary quest. I suppose we can deactivate and remain with 2 of them. Multitasking and all that.
Hey, Jensen, glad to see ya. Damn it, now I sound like his girlfriend or something. Hey, Jensen. Man, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. How are you holding up?
I manage.
I'm sorry about Megan. I know it must be hard. For a while, we thought you were a goner, too. Everything's going to shit. The attack on HQ, and now this mess with the factory.
Yeah, tough times all around. How about you, Corella? You okay?
I don't know. I fucked up. I mean bad.
What happened?
Well, a couple of months ago, me and Tyndall, you know, one of Pritchard's techs, we started sneaking out some neuropathine from one of the labs.
Jesus, Tim. You realize this could get you fired. Worse, arrested if the company chooses to prosecute. What were you thinking?
I know. It's complicated. I didn't want to do it at first, but there were good reasons. Anyway, now I want out, but Tyndall has security footage of me stealing the stuff and says he'll expose me if I ever stop helping him. I'm in a bad spot, Adam. I need that footage back. I know you're busy with everything that's going on right now, but I could really use your help.
What is it exactly you need me to do?
I need you to get back that security footage Tyndall has on me. It's probably in his apartment. On his computer, maybe.
So what? I just look him up in the phone book?
His apartment is near Brooklyn Court. It might be tough to get in because his building has a large security gate protecting it.
Well, that's just great.
Hacking the security gate is possible, but would require advanced hacking skills. You might have to look around for an alternate path. Maybe use the fire escape or something.
All right. Tell me more.
Really? Wow. Thanks, Adam. I thought I was done for. The security footage will probably be on his apartment computer. Meet me in front of the subway station parking lot once you get a hold of it.
I got it from here.
Jensen, didn't know you're coming back, so I deleted your entire network account. I received the order to set up a new one a few minutes ago, so if you don't like the password I picked, live with it. Mandrake, from Preacher. The password should also work on your home computer. From Painkillers. Too much. You have too much. What can we use? What should I get rid of? Nothing, I suppose. Words are enough from Greg Thorpe. I meant what I said at the plant. You saved my life in more ways than one. When those gunmen took my Josie away, I thought, well, you probably know what I thought. Please, let me repay you. Josie and I are back home, safe in our apartment. We live in a third floor condo on Brooklyn Court. You can find the apartment behind 2nd Street gas station. Stop by next time you're in the city. I know I'll have something for you. Our thin, ridiculous board. Minor security concern. I really don't mean to bug you with this. I think I got another suspect in those neuropaths in theft. I caught Denzel Mitchell going over my stash of Versalife purchases orders. He said he knew to verify the legal address for a contract. David wanted him to look over, but he already has the address and doesn't correspondence already. For a lawyer, you'd think he'd be able to come out with a better defense. His door code is 1364, by the way. So like I have to go to office 23rd. Save. Office 23rd. It's like floor down.
Eliza Kassan saying the situation in Milwaukee Junction is over, but she's not going into any detail.
Come on, let's go downstairs. 23rd. Three 7 1 6. Other chips. I go 3 new decades. Long book. I'm gonna read it. Nothing here. Don't get me wrong, I'm not accusing anyone, but as service security chief, it's my responsibility to stay on top of things. What exactly are you accusing me, Frank? Yes, I've taken up Rapazini out of the lab, it's part of my research, but I also have logged each and every drop used and placed all unused supplies in the frozen freezer before leaving, and I was not the only one working late those nights. Talk to Burger, he'll verify it. has come to my attention that nirapazine has been disappearing from the lab, usually on nights when you are working late. Care to explain this? Whatever Megan's team was on that patient X trend is simply amazing. I ran 3 tests just to be sure, and none of them of the usual rejection markers are present. After 8 weeks without nirapazine, this is unheard of. Well, listen, I got to take out, but you got to see the results for yourself. Go to my office, room 32. If by the chance door is locked, we have the 9642. You will get in. Room 32. Room 32. So upstairs. Okay, just a second. 32 here. Times 6 42. Exceeded the limit. Max 5 of them. Composite study final. Initial variable test condition. Biometric composite 1 was created using R7 biochip design, which in turn uses the PDOT cluster array originally developed by Dero Industries. Biometrics composite 2 was created using X1 biochip design, which uses PDOT cluster array developed by Read et al. And incorporates the methanic chemical composition first revealed in patient X study. Tissue samples taken from both composites were tested every 7 days for rejection markers routinely associated with week 1 onset of the Daro's deficiency syndrome. With the 3 weeks of testing, composite 1 exhibits low levels of cytokinin and DSI enzyme complex associated with onset of rejection syndrome. The quantity of the enzyme increased as expected, with 20 cc of nirapazine being administered in week 5 to break down the glial tissue build-up around the biochip cluster. Composite 2, on the other hand, show no sign of other enzyme appearing until week 6. At this point, traces level of CM were detected but disappeared subsequently. This leads me to hypothesize that enzymes were actually a byproduct of the formation of newly extracted neural tissue compatible with the original matrix forming around the PDOT cluster. Additional tests must be concluded confirming this. Luckily, David informs me that new tissues from patient X have become available in recent months. The chips, T-Burger, is hack.
Access granted.
Late night coffee. I guess I'm just full of surprises. That burger wrote. Andrea, you got to tell me, what the hell was that the other night? First of all, I had no clue you were interested. I had no idea you were still in the lab. But when I went to put the extra nirapazine away and help me reaching in the freezer, well, needless to say, I was very pleasant surprised. Thank God Salut didn't walk in on us. Another book. Tomorrow's Man, the Hugh Darrow story. Nothing else here. detective work. Greetings, Snarfat Nuclear Snake got an assignment for me. It's coming to my attention someone is stealing rapazine around here for quite a while. You know, that stuff costs a fortune, so I suspect someone selling it on the black market. We need to get to the bottom of this, bring it to David before Jensen does. Filling up the little detective work, I've got an telecam that's ready to record while it's inside the lab freezer, but it will look strange if I get caught in this placing it. You, on the other hand, is full of surprises. You up for it? To Andra Vassell. Andrea, you got to tell me, what the hell was that the other night? First of all, I had no clue you're interested. Oh. Overtime policy. $4K, I was about to say gold. 4K credit chips, the currency in this game. I don't have the I don't remember what it's called. I don't have. Do I have the quest? What? Have to run to the stairs. Here they are. What was the secondary quest? Old Warren deserves another. Great door. He wants to thank me. So I have it. Now I can leave. There were others I could.
This whole thing just brings back bad memories. I love working here, but it's hard knowing that at any second, God, I can't talk about it.
Talks all over the office, Mr. J. You really took care of those Purity First assholes. Wish I could have been there to see it.
The objective screen details your current missions and objectives. In here, you can find extra information that may help you better understand what needs to be done.
Mrs. Reed?
Ah, Adam, I'm sorry you startled me. And please, call me Cassandra. You and Megan were together long enough. I was waiting for you.
Out here? Why not come meet me inside?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not ready. This is where you work, but to me, this is also the place where I lost my daughter.
I guess I never thought of it that way.
I'm sorry. It's not proper of me to come here and stir up bad memories, especially after what you've been through.
Yeah. A lot of things changed 6 months ago.
I can't get over how much they've changed you. At first, I couldn't even believe you were still alive. How do you handle all of this?
They did what they had to do to save me. And in a way, I can do more now than I ever could.
I'm glad to know you take it so well. Many of us wouldn't be able to cope so easily with such traumatic changes.
Can I ask why you wanted to see me?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm here about Megan. About what happened to her. Or rather, about the investigation into what happened.
What about it?
Well, simply put, I feel something is not quite right with the way the case was handled.
You think there was some foul play involved?
I do. Call it mother's intuition. But when speaking to some of the investigators, there were a lot of inconsistencies. And then I met this detective, a man called Chase. He agreed things weren't handled by the book, although he has no proof.
And now you want to find out more?
I'll never hear my daughter laugh again, Adam. I'll never get a call from her to ask how I've been, or have the chance to ask her about her day. was stolen from me. However unjustified this all is, I still want to know why it happened. You're not the same, Adam. And we've yet to see if it's for better or worse. But I know you loved Megan. Please, will you help me find out what really happened to her?
I never got a chance to investigate the attack myself. I'll look into it.
Thank you. This means the world to me, Adam. Really.
The first thing I'll need to do is meet with this detective, Chase.
Good. He works part-time as a security guard in an apartment building on Brooklyn Court. I'll be waiting for you in your apartment lobby once you're done.
Why does a detective need to work part-time as a security guard?
Oh, he retired soon after the case. I don't really know the details. Maybe he'll tell you more.
I'm on it.
So like we got another quest. Advertising, activate. You can do that after we talk to...
We had the place surrounded, and we were ordered to hang back. Since when did we take orders from David Sarif? Maybe there was some hazardous material they were worried about. More like there was something illegal and they wanted the rent-a-cop to get rid of. We should have never let that guy in. I thought Jensen did okay. He helped save the hostages. He got lucky. You looking for something?
Well, shit, if it ain't the captain himself. Mr. Sarif done fixed you up good, ain't he? Give you a new set of glasses and everything. Damn.
How you doing, Letitia?
Didn't think I'd see you walking this boulevard anytime soon, that's for sure. Not after what happened 6 months ago. People said you's down for the count.
People tend to underestimate me.
You and me both, Captain. You and me both. You got any credit you can spare?
I wish I could offer you a drink, Tish. But I know you only like Hop Devil.
Oh, that's all right, Captain. It's about the Captain.
I think I've got all the information I need right now, Tish. Maybe next time.
I'll be right here waiting for you, Captain.
Okay, so like we got some secondary quests right here on the back alley. But first, let's augment ourselves.
Last night for a walk. She went with us near the Derlick Road. Joined out a local gang deals about people with enhancements.
Well, the rest of us are suffering.
I wouldn't know about it.
Mr. Jensen, David Sarif told me you'd be dropping by. I've just been reviewing the test results we received on you last week.
Should I start rolling up my sleeves?
Surprisingly, no. I see no trace of glial tissue buildup in any of your charts.
It's been 6 months, Doc. Shouldn't I be under opposite shots by now?
One would think, but these test results show no signs of implant rejection. If anything, the bond between tissue and electrodes seems to be getting stronger.
So I'm free to go?
Well, Mr. Sarif did ask me to discuss another topic with you. You are aware that several precautionary measures had to be put into place during your first surgery?
Not all of my implants were switched on, I know.
The damage caused by the hematoma had to be taken into account. Your brain needed time to recover, to get used to the mechanical neural processors and turn them on naturally over time.
Cut to the chase, Doc. What does Sarif want?
He feels that you might be ready to speed up the activation process using special software known as Praxis Kits.
You mean I don't have to wait for my augmentations to kick in naturally anymore?
You can, if you prefer. But Mr. Sarif did make a generous donation to LIM in your name. thus ensuring that Praxis software linked to your particular neuro enhancements would always be available to you and you alone. Please, take a look.
Getting things done, 1K experience. Why? Tycoon hypothesis. Don't even know how to pronounce that. So like we have 9K credits. Why?
Very well, Mr. Jensen. Use it in good health.
Okay. Let's upgrade ourselves. Radar system. Targets will also be displayed as soon as they're in range. Visual acquiring is no longer required. Nope. Blast through weakened walls. Should I know? No. I don't really know which one I should take. Cooler down timer. Social enhancer, hack on analyzer. Why not? Let's get this one.
Did you hear about the protest? If we listened to them, we'd be living in the Dark Ages.
Liberate yourself. Building wings a better tomorrow. Which one?
Nice jacket. I bet you're hiding some real cutting-edge enhancements under it, aren't you?
Anesthesia before. Is it true they stop your heart and the machine does your breathing?
More or less. I know it sounds a little hair-raising, but we do it every day, several times over. It's a very safe procedure.
Will I feel any pain or anything?
It gets done through your IV needle. You'll be asked to count backwards, and the next thing you know, you'll be opening your eyes and the procedure will be over.
Wow. Will I dream?
Not while you're under, but you might afterward as you wake up.
Visual cortex diary design. So this is a scholar book, I suppose.
If you're here for some work, please go to the counters.
Protesting is not against the law.
I know that, officer. But some of those guys were carrying tire irons and setting garbage cans on fire.
And those were the ones we arrested. The rest were merely exercising their right to free speech.
What about my right to come to work each day without fearing for my life? I've still got to walk home tonight.
I understand your concern. But if you want round-the-clock protection, I suggest you hire a private security company.
Adam, are you finished at the clinic?
For now.
Good. Right now I want to know who that corpse is. Head over to the police station and get his neural hub. And Adam, if you can't talk your way in, consider making a strategic retreat. There's got to be another entrance on the side of the building.
No better, the myth of human augmentation.
I ain't got nothing for you. Check with the man. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Okay.
You got anything you want to buy or sell? I'm the guy you want to deal with. Everything's on the computer, right at your fingertips.
So like, we don't need this. We'll be going pacifier route. No shotguns or anything. So. We'll keep these 4 bosses if they trouble us. Auto unlocking device, not right now. No. The surround system, damage upgrade.
Always a pleasure.
Now we have cash to buy the other praxis point. I suppose it's a good investment, I don't know.
Would you say the police were overly violent? Will you be purchasing anything today? Always a pleasure, sir.
Now what? We need this energy, why not? What do you got to say?
Please move along.
Shotgun. Now let's go to the secondary object. Injections. Whatever.
Grayson hooked me up with some real tight merch. Those art lovers get in my face now, I'm ready to pop.
Grayson? Where he at?
Yo, where you been, man? You been running shit through that abandoned gas station for weeks.
Oh, word? I wanted to get some upgrades for my Zenith 10 mil.
He can hook you up nice, man. If you go, tell him I sent you. I want a discount next time.
Word.
Hello there. Well, you must be Adam Jensen.
A keen observation.
Mrs. Reed told me you might pay me a visit. And don't take this the wrong way, but you're kind of hard to miss.
I'll try to take that as a compliment. She told me you might have information regarding Megan Reed's case and the attack on Seraph headquarters.
Oh boy, what a mess. Total pissing match. We had the feds on our ass, orders from 3 different departments, and pressure from so many lobbyists it felt like being the scrawny new kid in the prison shower.
It is a very high-profile case. Mrs. Reed said you thought some procedures were overlooked.
You got that right. I mean, you know how it is. Mrs. Reed told me you used to be a cop. There's always cases where you see the lazy officers taking shortcuts. But this was different.
Different how?
Too much stuff got overlooked. People seemed way too eager to jump to conclusions, and every time I was remotely insistent, I got turned down by ranking officers. People wanted to bury this thing fast. That's never a good sign.
Surely you have something more substantial than this.
Yeah, well, that's where you come in. I got a couple of leads I could never fully investigate. I started poking around, but these government-type agents just gave me the creeps. I got scared. Months away from retirement, I didn't want to fuck things up. But you obviously have the means to get to the bottom of this.
So what have you got?
First off, there's a rumor that the order to close the investigation came from higher up, maybe even outside the local department. Anything like that would have passed through Captain Penn. There might be traces of this left on his office computer.
Guess I'll have to pay a visit to the local precinct.
Well, while you're there, there was an officer assigned to the case, Chet Wagner. He's not what you call a choir boy. And when he suddenly got brought on the case, I got suspicious. Somebody wanted him there. And I'm pretty sure he tampered with some of the evidence. You should talk to him. Find out what he knows.
Okay, I'll have a little chat with Officer Wagner.
You'll most likely find him in the lobby. He got retrograded from his conduct, and he takes depositions now. He won't budge easily, but I'm pretty sure you can find some dirt on him on his desktop. His office is on the 3rd floor. You might find something there to help loosen up his tongue.
Anything else worth looking into?
Yeah, when the order came down to close the case, the bulk of the evidence was stashed in a storage locker. Maybe you can find some interesting stuff in there. It's on the alley right next to the station. The code is 4891. But I know an outside agency had access to that locker, so be careful.
Thanks for the heads up.
It's nothing. And, please, Don't bother coming back here with details. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad to help. But the less I know about this case, the better I'll feel.
That's all I need for now.
Okay. So I suppose we should go upstairs to meet with the guy from the factory.
Welcome. I'm glad you came. I can never properly repay you for what you did, of course, but I would like to help out any way I can.
What'd you have in mind?
There's a gentleman named Sarat who works in the area. His business causes him to move around quite a bit, but at the moment he's occupying an apartment in a building on Earl's Court. If you mention my name, he'll give you a discount on his wares. He's in gut luck.
How does a guy like you know someone like that?
Growing up in my old neighborhood, you learn pretty quick to cultivate certain types of relationships.
I can never thank you enough for what you do.
I guess. So like lesser evils, now we got another quest. Seriously. That precinct got a lot of answers to be done.
If I get my pit bull again, get him some.
Okay, storage unit and local Tindall's apartment building.
Cyber paws, cyber fangs and shit. Throw him in the ring.
This city is one big gutter. Always will.
You think this is bad? We could have went
talking like that shit. Documentation. Yo, we gotta be rich, man.
We need some barrels. Oh, I forgot I can carry heavy stuff. Oh, whatever. Still much further down. Okay, capture everything. Okay, disconnect. So like
access granted.
no one here. The newspaper. Hostage is rescued at Salut malfunctioning plant. Manufacturing plant. Completed. Someone's here.
on, man! I need my do bug! Shit hurts! Don't make me do something I don't want to do, Tyndall! I'll kill you, man! I'll fucking kill you! Damn! Son of a bitch ain't here!
Thank you. Hey Steve, I'm sorry man, we just couldn't score as much as last week, and I'm all off. I'm not doing this to you on purpose, trust me. I'm looking for extra sources right now, but I didn't get any answer yet. Just don't do anything crazy. I guess an opposition is really needed. Okay, why? I suppose I have to know the code and use the door. What level is it? Level 2. Oh, 0, 0, 2.
Jensen? What are you doing?
I think you know why I'm here, Tyndall. I want Corella's security footage back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm Seraph Industries' chief of security. I'm pretty sure I can find out about an edited security tape, so don't bullshit me.
Ah, shit. Listen, Jensen, I never wanted things to get this bad. I'm not a bad guy. I feel for Corella, I really do. But sometimes, for a good cause, you have to get your hands dirty.
Oh, there's a good cause now?
Oh, I see. You think I'm selling the stuff, right? I understand why this would seem like an obvious motive, especially to an ex-cop. But trust me, you shouldn't always take things at face value. I'm not selling the neuropazine, I'm giving it away.
Giving it away? To who?
To the people who need it. You think everyone gets augmented by choice? No. Shit happens. And then what? You're saddled with neuropazine injections for the rest of your life, and that shit costs money. But what choice do you have? Without the drug, you'll die. Rejection syndrome, crippling pain, that just ain't right. So I did the only decent thing to do. I stepped up.
I can respect that. But blackmail is still blackmail. Corella wants out, and I'm here to make sure he gets out.
Man, this whole thing is becoming way too much trouble. I've even got 2 local pushers on my back because they say my philanthropic actions are undercutting their profit.
That's not your only problem. A gun-toting client was waiting for you in your apartment earlier.
Really? In my apartment? Shit. The dealers probably sent him. Tell you what. I'll deal with the client later. You take care of the dealers, and the footage is yours.
Okay, I'll help you out. But you better not be playing me.
You give me way too much credit, Jensen. I'm a security tech, not a hardened mobster. The 2 pushers go by the name PG and BK. They hang out in the alley near the basketball court. Just make sure they never bother me again.
Deal.
We got local pushers for the drug. That ain't pleasant. And we got to do this without these guys becoming violent.
Yo!
These guys are not agitated. I guess everything is okay. That didn't work. Last auto save. I suppose they were upset with how I dealt with their friends.
Look, I told you. If you want me to give you that security footage, you're going to have to get those pushers off my ass first.
I've taken care of the dealers. Now hand over the footage.
Thanks, Jensen. Listen, I know it's not something you did from the bottom of your heart, but still, you saved my ass. Here's your footage.
Listen, Tyndall, I know you're trying to do the right thing. But we have to do things by the book, or we'll just have chaos. I'll put you in contact with someone inside Seraph Industries. They may be able to get you neuropazine for those who need it.
Seriously? You'd really do that? Wow. I never would have expected this from you, Jensen. I really appreciate this. Tell Carell I'm sorry.
Let's go to Kerala. After this, we'll go to the precinct because we have a lot to do there.
Did you get it yet? Adam, please. You have to get that security footage back.
I got the footage. You owe me one, too.
Yeah, you got that right, Jensen. I mean, thank you so much. This is my life I just got back. Listen, I got a hold of a weapon mod. It's not much, but I figured a guy in your line of work could use it.
You're lucky I don't report you to Seraph. If I ever catch you doing anything remotely shady like this again, and I won't be as forgiving. You get that?
Yeah, I get it. And for what it's worth, I'm really sorry.
That's horrible. Achievement unlocked. We got a lot to sell now. I guess for today it's okay to end it here. We got to do a lot in that precinct. Investigate the suicide terrorist and motherly ties. I hope you stick around. See you next time. Bye.